o'clock or something afternoon. As you come up to like roughly whereabouts they said, you walk this path and kind of like a little bit iffy about it, but then you come across obviously the signs of like their campfire and such which they had there. And this is evidently where they have been. They kind of signified this direction. You arrive there. There's like remnants of a campfire. There's like a couple of bits of gear and such lying around that they potentially left behind if they were in a bit of a hurry. Good answer.
I guess I'll keep it. I'll have a look around for I guess remnants of their scuffle that they said they had.
Yep. Why can I not grab this? There we go. There's definitely signs of conflict. If you give me a investigation check, Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody helping with this? Obviously, Pete, you've currently got a deer on your back, but you can kind of.
I was being freed up. I would as well, so I'd happily give Gabriel a little bit of a help.
Okay.
I'm just looking over here by this rock wall,
and I'll probably just kind of be off this other track, just looking up the track, but then checking, to have a look around the bushes and stuff.
Okay.
But not so much helping in the little campsite area.
Yeah, I'll let Gabriel have an advantage if it's testing.
That's fine, and I'll get you to roll me an investigation as well, Tyler.
Yep, sweet. Investigation.
Alright, do you want me to roll again?
Yeah, you can do it either way, but he's giving you advantage, basically helping you, assisting you with what you're doing. 17. Okay. What can I tell you? We'll do Agan first. Agan, you're searching through the bushes and such like that, and like you said, you're on edge. You're kind of like looking around the trees. Now there's mentioned that these things are can climb trees, and there are scratch marks actually in the trees. You can see where you can't see any of them there currently, but you can definitely see where there's been a bit of weight up there. A couple of like branches broken, a couple of scratches and stuff in the trees, which kind of leads you to believe, okay, they weren't bullshitting. These things can actually climb trees. Outside of that, it's mostly just like broken sticks and stuff. You can't really, it's not really your background in terms of like tracking things, but you can see there's definitely been a scuffle and such around there. Gabrielle and Atlas, as you guys are kind of looking around, you actually find tracks of these beasts. From when they said they're circling, there's a big scuffle right in the middle next to where the campfire was, and you could follow these if you like and try to track down where they came from. Following the first one, or I guess the major set of tracks, it seems to stop right before the trees, and you can see again those claw marks up on the trees. But you could, have a look around this type of area and see if you want to continue following them, whatever it might be.
I guess they do climb trees.
Just as part of that investigation roll, as you're walking around this campfire, there's a couple like arrows and such like that. Like again, like I said, it's kind of people heading off in a rush. There's some like very basic provisions and such in there. There's a short bow that's kind of been dropped probably by Ish as he's been running.
Okay. So there's under the assumption that from what his description of the battle, like the big guy obviously smacked one with a hammer and maybe I thought killed it, but maybe just injured it.
There's no dead body here.
No body. Okay.
I'll say that. He definitely said he hit it. And again, you can see like the major kind of signs of a scuffle where like things have been thrown on the ground, like, everything's kind of been kicked up, so it's definitely been disturbed.
Yeah.
That's kind of area. The tracks themselves seem to head off east as you kind of look around these trees and down the back of them where they potentially came up or around.
Like this area, Wade?
Can you see my ping? Oh no, I might be on the wrong layer. Sorry, around this area.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and kind of heading around in this kind of direction.
So they've gone in through like the thick brush and stuff.
Yeah. It seems like they haven't exactly. Not that they probably would, but they're not wild beasts following a random road and using the road to go to hunt the beasts. It's like they've come through the foliage and such, yeah.
We could use this area as to set our trap and lie in wait. It is getting dark soon. They'll be wanting to.
I agree.
And these Do you know, Atlas, if these are normally scavenger animals?
From what I can ascertain from the information that we've got, and I think hopefully Gabriel would agree with me, these are more like... I don't feel like they're scavengers, I feel like they're territorial.
You
Which
can
is
give,
that we're using dead bait, right? Wouldn't it be better still to just,
I mean, if anything is hungry, the smell of fresh meat and blood will potentially still draw something out. Hopefully.
give me a nature roll, Atlas.
Shit.
That's alright.
Well, I personally think
15.
if they are territorial, we know that they've attacked. So I agree with Gabriel that if we are going to set bait, this would be the place to set it. And then he's going to point up and signal up to the rock face up here. Now, I think Swift is very keen to prove herself. So what if we set up a camp here? We can place the bait and have Swift. That will encourage them to, the smell of the meat and the blood, and she'll be here as live bait, ready to go. We could be on top of it. How tall is that little rock face up there?
You could probably I don't know about Aegon just because of how old and such, but like a regular adventure, you can probably say would usually be able to climb up. We will say that this is probably about 20. How tall is 5 feet? It's probably about 15 feet to here. This is probably another 10 foot above, so this is probably 25 feet above.
25. That's what I'm thinking of. So
Yeah.
If we set up a camp down here and then place the bait, have Swift kind of lying in wait, then we can all kind of take positions up here.
Just be aware, my friend. Be aware, my friend. These are, for all intents and purposes, cats. They climb quite well. Where I feel like we fall quite well if they were to.
And we know that they're cats.
No, we don't. But for all intents and purposes, they are. Beasts.
That's why I was trying to gauge.
And they climb trees, which gives me
if
the.
they climb trees, obviously they will can climb cliffs. So,
I just don't want anything to come up from behind us and push us off our ledge. Whilst.
I'll just briefly say with that nature roll from before, and given the kind of like hints and such you guys have got and kind of piecing it together, like basically the person to be honest, you can probably guess that these are hunters, but as with most beasts, at least from where you're from, like they'll take food where they can get it at the same time.
Yeah.
So, not explicitly scavengers. These aren't hyenas or anything like that. But you probably assume that bait might work. Who knows?
They're like boomers. I do like the idea, guys. Like if we set this bait up really nicely, and even have a bit of fire, because I don't know about you guys, but I can't see in the dark.
Agreed. Let's set up camp. Because I'm assuming they'll be, they'll be attracted to the fact that if there's a tent or something there. I will cast.
You can't see in the dark?
I cannot know.
I don't know if I've ever met someone that can't see in the dark before. Is that
I
normal?
generally sleep when it's dark.
But
at the same time, let's
Yeah,
just
I like
think about this. Let's just think about this. Is this confrontation going to get us where we need to go? Will this help us find the hunter that we're looking for?
No, we're looking for the beasts. It's not specifically the hunter that we're looking for.
It would be a bonus to find the hunter and return him to his family, but if we can't find him, we don't find him.
But
Wait, is it the beast that we're specifically looking for? Or the hunter?
Yeah, it's the beasts. It's the beasts that we're.
and as Ish and Tor have told us, they attack in packs, meaning that there are multiple packs, meaning there are multiple beasts. If we defeat this group of beasts, does this not mean that we're still stuck in the forest trying to find other beasts?
I think the issue is that normally they, according to what I've written down, they
Just a brief reminder.
they've been harmless, or they haven't been causing issues until this specific group have decided to start attacking in a pack, and that has been what has caused the issues with the livestock and the attacks on the hunters. Is this singular group of beasts that have decided to hunt differently to how they normally do as a species.
Would it then be advantageous to at least wound one of the beasts and allow it to escape, hoping that it will lead us to the hunter's body.
That is
That is
yeah,
a-
that's
That is a smart plan.
a smart plan.
Just a real brief
Idea-
reminder, your contract... Sorry, because I know we kind of breezed through this. Your contract itself is for the beasts.
Okay.
But they have told you that a hunter has gone missing. Yeah, sorry, continue.
Who cares about the hunter then?
Oh.
I will
I have
scowl
to-
at you.
I have to admit, if they would have caused the damage they did to Tor, that big burly man, I very much doubt that Hunter could have survived a number of those beasts.
I mean, that guy seemed pretty weak though. Did he not look weak to you guys?
Oh, Swift, pride comes from before the fall.
I didn't see him. I was hanging out in the strong circle.
Alright, so as you guys are talking, you see my unseen servant basically darting around the campsite.
How do we see your unseen
Nobody can
servant?
see that. Unless it's
Well,
carrying
as in,
something.
like, as you
Unseen.
can see him carrying my bag and opening up my tent and like unrolling bed sheets.
So we see
and,
your
like,
stuff.
A
Just
magical
like,
tent just start appearing. Like,
yeah.
is it like you like throw it out and it's like it turns into like what is it?
Actually, quick question in terms of for a little bit of a meta game.
Yeah.
So unseen servant. If we're ever in a situation like we're in the bush
Mhm.
and I send the unseen servant out to just start running through the bush, that's just basically going to create a whole bunch of noise. But they're not actually going to see anything, right?
Correct.
That's how
Yes.
the
Yeah.
mechanics work. Yeah.
I believe
Cool,
so.
cool. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was.
Just a reminder, it can't move more than 60 feet away from you.
That's right. Okay.
Okay. But outside of that, yes, if you sent this thing and just said, run through that bush, or commanded it to do so, it could, or mentally, sorry, you mentally commanded it to do so, this thing could just run through the undergrowth and it might make a cool distraction or something like that. That's very cool. Yeah.
Alright,
It
come on,
creates quite a
Swift.
big
Come
space.
drop that piece of meat right here in the middle of the campfire. Sorry, right here in the middle of the camp.
I've kind of drawn out what I think the plan should be.
Alright, yep, and we'll definitely
If
go
you
with
wanna-
what. So you reckon we hide in the bushes to the.
Yeah, so we'll hide in the bushes here. Set the
Okey-dokey.
campfire up so we've got light.
Yep.
And then put the beast over there so it kind of. Oh, actually, maybe it should be closer to.
I'll bring it back a bit.
Where they came from, maybe? I don't
No,
know.
don't let them escape into the woods. So bring it out so that they're actually attracted into the middle of the.
We could put my tent. I'll basically say that's where my tent was. Is where the black circle was there.
I think here.
If they're coming, if
put
we're,
the-
hypo-
we put
if we're
the-
hy-
we put the tag
hypothetically
there.
thinking they're coming from here, I reckon we have two of us here, the meat in the middle, so that they have to come in and we can pincer them from escaping.
I do think Swift seems pretty keen to act as live bait.
Well, no, I'm just want to make sure that we get this done right.
Fair enough.
I'm going to take a piss on this tree.
I'm gonna watch.
So, alright, so at the moment, I'm assuming Atlas is just sitting there chugging down a whole bunch of water. He's got his water skid out, and you guys are like, what the fuck? He's. Then, zip!
Okay.
A little bit of splash gets back on you. A little bit of backsplash as you shake it off.
I'm going to kind of sit down and start taking stencils of leaves and flowers that I've just gone and sat in the bush now, and I'm just doing some scientific notations on little plants that are in my bush.
Nice.
Actually, it's about 8 hours. So again, I am going to sit down in a cross-legged position and say to myself, "Magus Armus, Magus Armus, Magus Armus," and cast a spell.
So. Okay, cool. Do you guys want to all... Sorry, is there anything else happening before your plan all goes into effect? Are you all happy with the plan?
Suppose we need to move the deer.
The deer, I can
To it.
shift this. Just tell me where it's going.
The
I think
green,
it's giant
green
eggs.
That green X?
Yeah.
Cool. You place this dead body down, it's fucking starting to reek a bit because it's already been skinned and like its meat is all exposed.
Does it have its organs?
Yeah, mostly. You want to
Oh,
go?
hell yeah. I'm gonna punch those stomachs.
Yeah.
Yeah, punch that shit open.
foul stench
flow.
of fucking
Let it
meat
flow.
and stuff is all in the air and such at the moment. It's really overpowering, actually. It's probably it's been eating like some fucking horrible food by the smell of it.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand. Because I forgot that I'd probably like a little bit of meat for future cooking. And so I'm going to get my Mage Hand to like tear off a little slither of meat off the carcass and kind of bring it back over to me and put it in my bag.
Okay, yeah. So like near where the cuts and stuff were made by the
Yeah,
by
just
Ash
some
and stuff,
little
it's
bit of
just like
flesh to
whatever
have-
little bit that happens to be still stuck on the end, which wasn't a clean cut.
just
Yeah,
put-
wasn't filleted completely. Cool. Is everyone happy with their current position? Do you want to? Are you sitting in the middle of the campfire, Gabriel? Is that how we're going?
No, I'm gonna get the fire going with reduce flame cantrip,
Gangster.
and then I'll make it bigger with control flame, so it's like nice and big.
And nowhere you guys see this massive flame just all roaring and such. I just assume you've just chucked some extra fuel on there in terms of like sticks and stuff out of the.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
lying around.
Just at this point, I'm going to basically sneak up on Swift and tap her on the shoulder and say, "Thank you so much. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. But if you need my help, just let me know. I know you're very big and strong, but if there's anything I can do to help if things go awry, you just let me know, Swift."
Okay.
And then, as I say that, I'm going to pull a little bag out, and I'm going to say, "Here, this is just a little blessing that we do back at home." I pull out this little bit of bag of powder, put it like a little pinch between me fingers, and then I'm just going to say a blessing and then kind of give it a sprinkle on your, basically in your hair. I'm sure that will protect you. And that kind of
How's
holds.
that?
Oh, just a little bit of a blessing powder.
Just spraying wet stuff all over me?
No! It's kind of
Oh,
like
cool.
a metallic, kind of almost like coppery color.
It's like glitter.
Basically like glitter. It will keep the bad spirits away.
Okay, I don't really know what it means, but thanks.
Oh, that's cool.
Just gotta fucking. It's going to need to create light, so. Okay, cool. Everyone happy? Tyler, I'm just going to assume that you've been recasting your unseen servant as it falls off, kind of thing.
I'll probably just set the camp up and then let it dissipate.
Okay, sweet. That's all right.
Actually, just one action that bitch out.
Yeah, cool.
So we should be back to actual vision now, where you guys obviously have your dark vision.
That's cool.
But the
I
other
like
guys
the
are
dark,
back to thing.
dark time. That's awesome.
Dark time.
Wait, there's a dark part?
Half and me.
Funny that.
Like all the way over here?
So you guys, are you all stealthing up? I'm assuming you are. You're not just sitting on the sidelines, kind of thing like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm in
we're
the bush.
Yeah. Okay. Give me one more. Give me one more group stealth roll.
Do we
Or-
get a
or-
little bit of cover behind these rocks and these trees?
Potentially, who knows? Alternatively, if you like, you can have one person lead the stealth for the group. Okay,
I
everyone's
just-
rolling.
Are we all rolling? Because you don't
Looks
want
like
me
it.
rolling. Fucking don't.
Stealth, not survival. Gabriel.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking David trying to cheat.
Just add +2 to that then.
Okay, so you got 1350. All right. Let's.
The person who was least down with the hiding plan has the stealthiest of them all. Let's go.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Swift just gets like a tree and just her thin frame just perfectly fits behind this tree.
Say what you see is like, as we're getting into the bushes, I'm just sitting there taking off my clothes.
Oh,
So I
no.
can blend in with nature better.
Jesus.
Adrian's looking up at the sky, recording the stars.
Actually, this is really fitting. Yeah, Aegid's doing this thing, and then Atlas, who hasn't realised that all his clothes are still covered in the blood of this animal, which they've chucked out, is sitting there all. In terms of like, if he's hidden, like stealthily, he's actually done quite a good job, but he is actually just drenched in blood, and you can probably assume that the smell is gonna provide something. And then Gabriel's kind of posted his way up. It's a 13, you said, right? Another +2 is for stealth.
Yep.
Are you up in the tree, or are you hiding behind the tree?
No, I'll be hiding like in the bushes.
In the bushes, cool, awesome. You guys sit there for seems like ages. Swift starts, I imagine, probably starts getting irritated after an hour or so, as you kind of sit there waiting for these things. And after probably about another hour or two, you start to hear just a couple of small sticks and stuff breaking just over in this kind of direction. Like things are moving closer and closer, but they are trying to be incredibly stealthy. And these guys show up. Starts
right next to my piss puddle.
Yeah, comes up to your piss puddle.
Well done.
It sees the thing that's it's heading towards it, but then it does definitely seem distracted. There's two really strong scents, and it's kind of looking between the two and trying to initially kind of inspects the corpse of this stag, and it looks pretty keen, but then it turns around and kind of checks out the thing and is trying to figure out this doesn't smell right. Can I get? We'll just have one of you, and you guys can choose who. One of you to roll a perception roll, and I need to quickly roll. Check.
I can.
Yeah, it probably makes sense that
Closest.
you're the one who's kind of leading.
You're the hunter, right?
Yeah, you're the hunter, so.
Anyone else got? What's it?
Otherwise, I can. But
It won't be me.
I'll
I
do it.
smell like blood, so you go crazy.
We low rolling tonight, boys.
Ooh, okay, and I need to roll one more of these. Okay. You notice over in this direction, he's going to come out. Very, very hidden. Amongst the kind of trees, you just see the eyes, these glowing, like, yellow eyes, just in between the undergrowth. You can't actually see the beast itself, but you can feel another pair of eyes just poking out and watching, kind of like waiting as it's as the other member of its pack slowly starts to move forward. Does anybody want to do anything? Or are you
Not
letting it?
yet.
Okay.
Gonna hold for now.
I am.
Old.
You say old?
As done.
I swear he just said.
Yeah, I am old.
Old.
Just
Holding.
quickly check. So that thing's come out, and I'm assuming I'll have seen that thing come out. So I'm going to cast Unseen Serpent,
Yep.
but I'm just going to cast it as. I probably can't see into there, so I'm probably
What is that passive was?
going to cast it kind of down here where I can see, and I'm just going to have it kind of stationary and not doing anything right now.
I relay information to the rest of the party with my mind link, not giving them the ability to speak back, just giving the ability for me to talk into their heads, that I do see a second set of eyes approaching from the northeast.
You glance back and you see Gabriel, because I think we had Gabriel do the roll, right?
Yep.
And Gabriel's kind of like pointing in that direction. So yeah, you pick up these. You look over and you're like, what the fuck's he looking at? Oh, and you kind of pick up these eyes sticking through. So yeah, you relay into those two. Those.
Wait, so you're
those two.
doing that?
You're doing
Oh, telepathically.
telepathically.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you do that, I scream.
I was about to say, I don't know if he's ever had someone inside his head before. Oh, sorry, she has had anything inside her head before. So this is very odd sensation.
What you would have seen, Mr. Old Man, is that, like, as we're sitting here and these things start approaching, Swift's sitting there kind of like, or like growling at these things, which is, you know, interesting enough. And then this voice pops into our heads, and as soon as that happens, I'm just like,
And I'm gonna go Swift, and put my hand on your shoulder, and it's okay.
With that, sorry,
But
I am going to get you to roll initiative.
Yep.
As this thing's almost startled. This particular one is almost startled. Initiative on you. Initiative on you. And maybe initiative on another one, but who knows? And then we got everyone. What the fuck? I have the vineyard. Oh no, hang on. Sorry. I need to delete this. This has still got old stuff from last time we played. So either remember your rolls or you can roll again. I don't really care. Let's go. Initiative.
Somehow managed to roll worse.
I like that. I
Don't
like
think
that.
6 work times.
I just changed
Wow. Whoa.
Add
You
me
need
for
me to roll
21.
to add me back on, or can you manually?
I can add you guys back on. That's fine. Add to-
Yeah, just add me at 11. Ugh.
Yeah, put me at 7.
You guys can just roll and change your roll to 11.
Nah, it's too complicated, bro. So what do we
Put
have?
it all on the DM who's already rolling for more.
Sorry, Gabriel was 7, was it?
Yep.
Aegon was a 10, I think he said. Atlas, what was yours?
21.
11.
21. Oh, fuck, he's ready. You hear Swift scream as you, like, you're a little, even though as you reach it, you don't think about it, but as you're kind of communicating those words, you're like, this might be a bad idea.
Like, shit. Does everyone know that I can talk telepathically?
And the second you hear a scream, you're already halfway through pulling out your blade, I would imagine, as these things there, they just poof, and you just see both of their heads, and you hear the bush rustle over this way. Atlas, you're on.
Okay, I'm actually going to charge towards the scream. Sort of assuming that Swift was screaming because of me, but also it could have been purely because something creeped up on her. So I'm going to move. Obviously, my packed weapon is already out. My blue lightsaber is going. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, in order to get to where they are. And with my other hand that is not holding the blue lightsaber, I'm going to turn, look at this creature, and scream out Magnus Ferrum Vitatis, and an Eldritch Blast is going to hit it.
Oh, straight to that. Yeah, give me an attack roll.
That will be a nat 20.
First attack roll of the game, and it's a fucking crit. This thing,
boy.
it's really weird. Yeah, so I'll get you to roll your damage, but it's really weird as you see this thing kind of look up, and now you've got a good glimpse of it as you're kind of running across. You see its fur is like this jet black. Have you ever seen that perfect black, or whatever it's called, that color that kind of soaks in light and such like that? It's almost like that, but the God, I say that, and then the light from the fire is like reflecting off it though, almost like a sheen, like makes it very, very obvious. But you can see that this is like, kind of evolution. This is something that hunts in the night.
Okay, this is looking
Kind of thing
pretty fucking scary.
Uh,
Okay, so I'm gonna chant Magnus Ferrum Vitalis. I rolled max damage on that, so are we doubling?
Sorry, just a heads up. No. If you click on the purple Eldritch Blast in roll 20, that'll roll with your crit if you crit.
Oh.
Like that.
That's
You
less
you
than
can
what I
you can take the 13 and I'll give you the 5 off that for the crit. So your initial roll was the 13, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
My first roll was the 13.
Yeah, and we'll take 5 as your bonus damage from that. So we're taking 18 as a total.
Okay, cool. Easy.
Cool. This thing fucking, it kind of turns around and makes this weird, like, almost shrieking sound, then boom, boom. Well, that's only one hit, right? At this level, boom, this massive force just, like, almost knocks it right back on its hinds, and then it rights itself. This thing's already looking fucked. Yeah.
I would like to scream, I suppose. Well, scream, yell, IC2, they said they attack in packs, watch your backs.
Awesome.
And that's 10.
That's you. Hagen.
Alright. I shall instantly, worried about Swift, but I'll instantly signal my unseen servant to, gonna draw, basically, to basically create a C pattern.
Just
Basically
sprinting through the woods, making as much noise as possible, kind of thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
kind of in a C pattern that I've kind of basically to kind of corral everything toward us rather than running away. So
Okay, all right. You kind of like trying to herd these things in almost.
yeah, that's what I'm doing. Is hopefully they hear something running in from the side and behind them, and it's going to encourage them to move forward. So I'm going to use that as my action to communicate that to my unseen servant.
That can be your bonus action, by the way. On each of your turns as a bonus action, you can command him to move. So you still got your action.
Ah, is he? Okay, so yeah, so that will be my bonus action.
He moves 15 feet.
15 feet. But I'm assuming he's just running through the undergrowth as much as possible, kind of thing like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so he's
that's
basically
fine.
doing this kind of thing there, kind of running that kind of
Yep.
like that.
Yeah, except he's here. Stop touching him.
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah.
Can I use that as an action though?
No, because you can only move 15 feet per turn.
Oh, okay.
So
Because I've got something else that I want to do, but it is a bonus action that.
Right, okay. Yeah, fuck it, yeah, go for it.
Alright, so, and then I'm going to cast a telekinetic shove to this guy, pushing him towards the fire, because I want to kind of see what he looks like in a little bit more light.
Okay, so
I've still got my
telekinetic
book in my hand. Wanted to
yeah,
make some notes.
what's the save for that? Is it strength save?
So, the save is 14. Yeah,
14. Unfortunately, he rolls an 18 in this circumstance. So, again, you kind of grab it and you see it. At this point, it's like rising up on the hind legs, right? Because this is all kind of happening at once after getting blasted from the thing. And it almost like pulls it forward a little bit, but it kind of rights itself as it digs its claws into the earth in front of it.
And I will kind of step forward a little bit out of the woods to get a better view and start drawing what these creatures look like. So I'll use my action to start drawing images of.
Well, we did say you could use the other thing as an action, but yeah, I will say you're like try to pull it, and then you're like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tyler's using all sorts of actions today.
Yeah, he's pushing
Gotta
it.
use,
That's
gotta
it.
use 3
Economy's in
actions in one turn,
shambles.
eh?
Thought I'd test the waters, try my best.
Okay. Let me think. Okay, you are there. You have roll me a for your unseen servant. Roll me a deception, which is just it's got +0, so it's just gonna be a straight D20.
D20 deception.
No, that one.
Ooh. Okay,
Okay.
that's that playing out the window.
Okay. You've got you guys both got your eyes focused on that one there. Obviously, Atlas has mentioned there could be another one or whatever it might be, and as he's saying that, out of the fucking this beast jumps out of this tree. What the fuck? Which layer is that on? This one? Oh, I've got it set to roller. That would probably do it. Boop. Out of the tree jumps this beast and just beelines it towards you after basically seeing your hand rise up, heard the scream over in this direction, and just comes sprinting towards you. It's moving at least 20 feet straight forward in a straight line, and then it's going to attempt to attack you with its first one. Oh my god, what are these? You said AC was 15, right?
Was.
Okay, it comes out and it starts reaching out for these slashes. As the first one, you like easily just get out of the way because while it's kind of full sprints, obviously you're not used to like fighting in the sunlight and such. You would expect. The second one comes up and as it kind of reaches out, you see it kind of just go through that wall of force kind of thing which you created, which I'm assuming is mage armor, and kind of cuts through that, and it's like kind of like what the fuck, a bit stunned by that kind of thing. Sorry, there was this guy here. The next one, which one are you? This one all the way back here. How far can you move?
I take some damage, Wade?
No. It rolled incredibly poorly.
Even better. My glittering blue force field will save me.
Yes.
Install that mod that I told you about, Wade. The mod for Roll20.
For which thing did it do? The distance thing.
It'll auto-select when you click next on the initiative on a scene. You have to figure out which one it is.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Basically, just through the undergrowth, you're gonna hear initially crashing, and it starts to get quiet. Oops, wrong target. One of these comes running through, and will just come sprinting across here, and it is right up in your face, Swift. But unfortunately, it doesn't have enough movement to do anything more than that. Next one, which is the last dude, he will basically sprint directly for the source of the noise as well. And he's going to come straight at you. As you turn around, you see this one comes crashing through the undergrowth and right up next to you. And just as you look up, there's another one right in your face, pouncing towards you. And he will make an attack as well. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's complete opposite. First one's 21, second one's a crit, currently. Okay.
Yep.
So first one, I need you to... It's going to be 7 damage, 7 slashing. And I need to make you to make a strength saving throw, DC 13. 22. Okay, cool. This thing gets right on you, slashes right into you, kind of gouges out a bit. Actually, that first one will be with the advantage. So, yeah. So, oh, sorry, hang on. Sorry, not 7 damage, 8 damage. 8 damage for the first hit, and it kind of gets on you, and you feel the weight. And this thing almost shoves you back, but you are strong enough to kind of right yourself straight after. And then its second attack will come through, which is another crit, which is only 5 slashing damage with this one, though. So another 5, and it kind of starts just ripping into you. And Agan, you're seeing Swift just has one beast right up on her side, like halfway through a fucking pounce. The other one's already on her, kind of gouging in. Awesome. Gabriel, you are up. Everything's fallen into chaos in the space of about 2 seconds. What are you up to?
I'm going to be lining up a shot, actually. I'm going to... Where is it? So I'm going to Player's Prey on the one that just attacked her.
This one here? Yep.
Oh, is it that one? I thought it was the one to the left.
No. Oh, sorry. Yes. No, you're right. This one here.
This one, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to put a Slayer's Prey on that one.
Okay, this... yep, it's already looking fucked up from the 4 spots before.
I thought that was that one.
No.
Oh.
No, it wasn't. No,
that's fine, that's fine.
That one was here and charged across, and the...
Oh, okay. No, that's still fine.
This
That
one
one came with a forest at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's still fine. And I'll just hit it with the
Just
old little liable.
gets a crossbow out.
11?
11 is not going to hit.
Oh, no.
No. So, again, it's probably just that, like, you're being very cautious because of the fact that it's basically in melee with Swift as these things are across, and you're like, fuck, gotta get a shot. You shoot one, and it looks like it's about to hit, and then just shoots straight past.
Okay.
Anything else for your bonus action, your movement?
No, my bonus action was used. No movement. I'll
Right,
stay here.
okay, yeah, cool. Awesome, Swift, you are up.
Go Swifty!
She's gonna look very confused around, trying to figure out where that voice came from. And
This one is basically on
yeah,
top of
there's
you.
This,
Yeah.
there's these things like attacking me, but she's really concerned about where the voice is.
You would have heard the same voice charging across the campsite.
Yeah, you're assuming she's smart enough to know that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I will probably just try and elbow this guy here
Yep.
first.
So this one's running up, it's halfway through a jump, it's about to make a bite.
Oh my god.
Oh no. You put your arm out, and you manage to kind of stop it, but it doesn't, you know, you're not able to get any force into it because it's already closing that gap.
Then I will. Yeah, I'm gonna just action surge
Yeah.
and try to grab hold of the full HP one.
Alright, go for it.
I'm just gonna try and like grab it in the headlock.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's going to go for acrobatics for its one. It fails. Awesome. So you like put up one arm to block this other one off, and as this thing kind of jumps up, like, "Argh!" and kind of get your elbow around this one here.
Swifty!
So this one is now grappled. I'll give it. I need to get the better the better fucking symbols or whatever as well. Ah, there we go. This one is now grappled.
Alright.
Anything
Shall
else?
end my turn there.
Alright, Atlas, it's you. You guys can quickly table talk if you want and see if there's any tactics you want to do or anything you want to... Any ideas on how to proceed?
Billy, change your plans. With this one that's grappled,
Yes.
I'm gonna just drag him across over here.
Ooh, risking an opportunity attack. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he will go with a bite for this one here. It's a nat one, so he definitely misses. Again, that's your elbow right up in its face. You've got one grappled and the other one comes up and it's kind of on your arm, but it's not able to fucking dig in at all, and you're dragging this thing along. This thing's unwillingly, it's just, I got this cat and its head just right up in your face. Huh?
And then he... Yeah. That's
Oh, sorry, yeah. Looking at Discord. Alright, top of the round.
Alright, shit, that was a bit of a bugger that you dragged that other creature away, but that's okay.
I gotta look for this voice.
I've pretty much got my next turn sorted, Ben. So feel free.
That's
sweet.
nice.
I'll be like, Swift, don't be afraid! It's me! And
Out loud or in my head?
both, in your head and out loud. Because I don't need an action
to connect the thing so it's your voice.
Connect the dots.
It's like this echoing voice. One,
Yeah.
and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's me, it's me.
So this guy with the red dot, that's the guy that took the force attack from last attack.
The red dot, yes. He is looking mighty fucked up, but obviously very ruthless, yeah.
No, that's cool. My blue lightsaber, my hacked rapier. I am going to attack the red dot with it for my attack.
15 is a hit.
15 is a hit. Nice. And I'll just click the purple button, right?
Yeah.
7 points of damage.
Again, you've seen this thing basically, Swift is just poof and kind of knocked it out of the way. It's reeling back and you just, and gone. Thing is fucked.
Nice.
It's just kind of dead writhing around on the floor.
I'm going to do the flourish lightsaber move, woof, 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 and stand ready for the next asshole.
Yeah,
that's
you
to
turn
my-
back
my
and there's
left.
still another one right there. Yeah.
Cool. That'll be done.
Cool. How you going?
As Swift, as you've been dragging your guy through the bushes, you'll have felt so like some sprinkling on your head, like you'll feel something changing where that powder that I sprinkled on you was. As I cast Enlarge. Swifty, crush their skulls, and you'll notice all your body will just basically double in size. You have a advantage on every strength save and a strength saving throw and something else. Plus you get, I believe it's +4 to your damage. Oh,
1d4. Yeah.
1d4 to your damage.
It's not merely weapon attacks, but we are going to treat unarmed as weapons. I think we decided on that. So you're welcome to take that.
And so that's my action, and as my bonus action, I'm going to command my unseen servant to run 1, 2, 3. It's 15, right?
15. Still just crashing through the woods.
Through the woods.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna basically command it to pick up a rock and throw the rock at the back of this fella here, just to kind of distract him as he's tussling with Atlas.
Alright, I'll get
And
you
I'm
you roll a d20 for it. Again, this thing can't actually make attacks as such.
Oh yeah, it
but
wasn't so
that's fine. That's fine. Roll a d20. Go for it.
Just
Just a
D20
D20,
on roll
yeah,
20. D20. So I want to roll 1.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, carry on what we do after. Yeah.
And then I will. The foliage that's between me and Swift, she's going to be large enough and making a big enough ruckus for me to see her, right? Or can I see through here?
Now that she is enlarged, you can 100% see. You could like catch a glimpse of her before between all this kind of foliage in there, but now it's like, and she's like above all the little bushes. There's still trees and stuff around, but she's like towering over this thing, and she's got this which was huge cat in comparison to her, is now like this little. It's like cradling like a little baby kind of thing. In its arms.
Okay, I'm going to basically try my best to hobble up my old 80-year-old corpse up the beginning of this, just to get a better view of everything around, and that will be turn.
Yes, you can start moving up there. I think climbing is like half your move or whatever. Yeah, you'll be fine. You haven't used any movement. Cool.
No. So I can so I can guarantee to see all three people.
If this guy first, he will. How's he looking? He's looking fine. This thing's being dragged away.
How's that, Swift? Thought I'd have that little present for you.
I was gonna do a quick thing. Oh my god, this thing sucks. Okay. This thing is going to turn around and it's going to, hearing this crashing stuff behind it, it is, first thing it's going to do, it's going to kind of turn around a little bit, and one of its tails, you're going to see it go, whoosh, and it's going to lash out in this direction exactly where it heard the sound. Which is one of these, which has a 10-foot range. 21 to hit, which I believe your thing has like 10 AC, right? Yeah.
10 AC and
7 damage. Just gone. It can't even see if it hit it. It just like instinctively, as it's kind of like turning around, it instinctively just whips out that way and then it turns around and it will go for a bite attack. While it's doing that, it's going to go for a bite attack on Atlas. 14. You said it was 15 for AC, right? 14.
Actually, yeah.
Again, once again, your mage armor seems to be doing work. This thing jumps on you. You've got its mouth like right in fucking front of you. Its big jaws, as you can see it, and you can see now it's kind of again the eyes seem to glow and its teeth are just ravenous, almost dripping as it's getting closer and closer to your face. Awesome. Night Beast number 2 is still grappled. I guess it's gonna try to escape. Doesn't seem smart, a better play, but it is a fucking thing, so let's go. You have advantage. It rolled a 15. Yep, this thing is still fucking grappled. It spent its action doing that. It doesn't have a bonus action which can get out of this. Yep, this thing is coming along for a ride. Gabriel, you're up. Your quarry is dead. Oh, Gabriel.
Yeah, he's not here.
Aw.
Fucking David.
Sorry, I'd muted myself. I'm gonna bonus action Slayer's Prey on the other one.
Sweet.
This one. And I'm gonna line up another shot. 17?
17 is definitely a hit.
Ooh.
Nice,
11.
nice. And your quarry damage as well. It's a 1. That's alright.
12.
Awesome. So this thing's like right up in fucking Atlas's face, and thump, you just see a crossbow hit it in the neck. Wow, kind of screams out in pain. Still up, but obviously looking wounded. Anything for your movement?
Nah, I'm gonna stay here.
Okay, Swift, you are giant. What are you up to? I can't hear you. I think your microphone might be up.
I did.
There you go.
No,
Yeah.
I muted myself. Whoops. First things first. It's the beginning of my turn, so I will straight away do.
Yep, just boom, fucking punch in the face.
As I smack him on the head because he's trying to move away. I'm like, no,
No, bad kitty.
bad kitty. I will smack him.
And
Full damage.
add your D4 as well from the enlarge.
Ooh.
I don't know if that counts. This isn't actually an attack.
How did? Okay, I mean I'm happy. I think it's all.
It's every bit of, because it's basically, it's made your weapons, or made everything that you do kind of double the size, so basically...
Yeah, but I'm not actually attacking.
Ah, okay.
Okay,
It's just,
I'm fine. Yeah.
It's just technically damage.
Sounds
that
good.
just happened.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, actually it's worded.
Because I wouldn't. I don't know. I personally wouldn't let someone like Hunter's Mark with this garbage.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna walk it down this way. 5, 10. Oh wait, I'm fucking big now.
You are giant. Yeah.
Does that mean I no longer have to move at half speed when I'm carrying this fucker?
You are one size larger than him. So I think it's still halved if I'm not mistaken. How the fuck do you put a... Oh, there we go. Hang on, I just need to check something. Doesn't really matter. Okay, yeah. Cool, you're dragging this thing with you? Below you, right?
Yep. And I'm still looking around, like, where's this voice? But because this stupid thing keeps struggling and like moving around, I'm just gonna probably try and bonk it on the head with like a hammer fist.
Mm-hmm.
And just smack it. Pow. 22.
22's going to be a hit. Yes.
Okay, so I do 6 plus... What's the other one? A D4.
D4, yeah. Number 1. Cool.
7 bludgeoning damage. So I bonk him on the head.
Sphinx starting to get bloody. You punch out some of his teeth. Fucking tails are starting to whip around like they're about to strike. Is that you?
Yeah, I believe so.
Atlas.
Telepathically and vocally, I'm going to scream at Swift. The voice in your head is me. It's Atlas.
Alright.
How can you be this stupid?
What else are you doing?
And then I am going to.
Fucking rolls.
I'll come and dance in front of you in a minute, but at this point, I'm going to say, backing Puma Forest, and with my rapier, my blue lightsaber, I am going to attack the creature in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
With a 19.
19 is a hit, yes. Unsurprisingly. 6 to it. Oh, this thing's just... Fucking, it's almost kitted over on its side. It's kind of like, again, just righting itself.
Just going to say to it, bad kitty.
It just yowls back at you.
And then?
Cool. Again.
Okie dokie. So just questioning, the creature that's in Swift's arms,
Yes.
is that looking quite banged up, or is it still quite like...
It's probably hard for you to tell, I will say. But you can see Swift just boof, boof, boof. So I mean, you can make that assumption however you like, but
You could probably glean by looking at Swift that she seems pretty unconcerned by it.
Nah, sweet. So at this moment, have you got it grappled, or are you punching it in the head?
both.
Okie dokie.
I've got it in a headlock, and I'm like basically giving it like
The
big
noogies. Give it a noogie.
Okay. Well, I don't want. I was thinking about. Nah, I probably won't do that then. I'm going to swing my stick around and basically do some motion with my staff, and I'm gonna cast Fling.
Ooh.
I was thinking about trying to fling the body of the creature out of its while his head locked in, and I was thinking about flinging him straight against the ground. But I thought, nah, Swift seems to be doing all right with that.
What are you flinging? Yeah.
I'm gonna fling this guy, and I'm gonna fling him straight against the wall over here.
Whoa.
So that is
Saving for stream save.
So I'm going
Ooh.
to
Yeah.
roll the 2d6.
Oh, it's already rolled it, bro. You got 10 there.
What's that?
It already rolled the damage for him.
No. It's the bonus, sorry, 3d6 for
What the fuck?
if the movement stopped earlier by a creature or an object, the target creature takes an additional 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
Wait, this thing's just 46 plus... Wait, what? Hang on, sorry.
No. So you either fling them up in the air, and then it drops down and does 46 damage.
Yeah.
Or you throw them at something, and it does 3d6 damage.
Can you link that in VTT? Sorry. Just so I'm familiar with it moving forward.
Yeah, just they take 2d6 full damage and prone if their movement would be stopped earlier by a creature or object. Both the target and creature or object take 3d6. So
So the 46 is if you shoot it straight up. Okay, yeah. 2d6.
Yeah, straight up is 46. Throwing it into something is 3d6.
Ah, okay. Okay, so I was just confused with that 2d6 thing then. Okay,
Well, the
cool.
2d6 is if you push them in a direction and it doesn't hit.
Ah,
Yes, so
I
3d6
get it.
total.
I see what you mean.
But
So
say,
you
So
don't
you
fucking-
throw them up into the air. It
Yeah,
does
yeah.
4d6 damage when they hit the ground. If you throw them
It-
sideways,
just
if they
throw it
hit
sideways.
nothing, it does 2d6. If they
2d6,
hit
then
something,
if
it
it-
does 3d6 instead.
Ah, okay, yeah, sweet. Well, I'm glad I didn't try and do that first thing then.
Okay.
Because I totally
So,
misread that.
sorry. Which way are you fleeing them? Just draw me a line. Draw me a line, or use the ruler.
So basically, basically like that.
Directly towards you guys. It's 20 feet. You flee,
well-
but that's probably do it.
Yeah, so basically into where the little, because I don't want him getting away, so I'm basically wanting him, basically, kind of there.
Okay. The very first thing it's going to hit is straight into Atlas. Is it directly in that path? Unfortunately, so 3d6.
Oh shit!
It definitely-
That's my bad.
It failed its save. It is lifted off its feet, and then kind of like for a second, it's just hovering in midair, and then it just crashes straight into Atlas. So roll your 3d6.
Is that what
Fuck.
takes damage as well? Lol.
My bad. Sorry there, buddy.
Nah, that's the best way to do it. Go. Oh, big damage as well.
Here I was trying to be a fancy cunt and fucking save you, and I fucking knocked you the fuck out. Oh, shit!
That's pretty hilarious. So 13 damage to the cat, 13 damage to Atlas. This thing just poof, it hits you, and you're like, what the fuck are you? Don't
Oh,
fall prone
sorry,
if it
that's-
hits something. That's really weird.
Must be my old eyes. Sorry, bro.
This thing hits you, and for a second, its face is right in front of you, Ben. Sorry, Atlas. It's right on top of you, and you can just see the eyes are lifeless.
Does he get an opportunity attack?
I mean, you could take an opportunity attack on a dead creature if you like, but yeah.
I mean, if it was taking damage off me, I would have theoretically done Hellish Rebuke, but that would have gone straight back to Tyler.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can hellish rebuke Tyler.
He was the one. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
That was so much cooler in my head.
That was very cool, I liked it. Anything else from you?
Ah, no, sorry, that's me.
Are you still standing?
I'm just going to say, Atlas, I'm still standing, but I am fucking bloody right now. I'm taking a pivot to the face.
Oh, that's so funny. Alright. What can this thing do? Not a whole lot. It is in dim light now, but that kind of doesn't really matter.
Question though, do I get taken with the puma and smashed against the rocks, or am I still standing?
No, it just hits you, and the movement will be stopped early. So you,
Alright, cool.
it doesn't say it knocks you prone.
I was gonna say, I think I would have just made him do a strength save to see if he gets knocked prone. Fucking giant thing getting thrown at him.
When this beast, like it's tiny to you, so you're like, this thing isn't a threat. It's kind of like, rowling in it, and as that thing the other one, which went flying towards Atlas, lets out its kind of like death growl as it falls off. This thing just starts like just rolling around it and getting like really hard to hold on to, and it swings out and just starts ravenously grappled against you, just starts going nuts with its claws. So the first one's an 8, which doesn't hit, I don't believe. Second one's a crit, which is 5 slashing damage. And then its corner beast kicks in. A second one's a 20 for hit, sorry. Next two hits are a 20 to hit and a 17 to hit, both doing 6 slashing damage. So, 4 claw attacks and 1 bite attack, and 1 bite for the last attack on it. And the last one's a 12. So in total, it'll be 5 slashing, 6 slashing, 6 slashing, and does a 12 hit or no?
12 hits, yes.
12 hits, and another 7 piercing at the end.
Yeah, that was too many numbers. Give me the total.
Okay, total 5, 11, 17, 24. This thing's just going nuts.
Then yes, I guess I'm down.
Oh shit.
Strangely enough.
This thing escapes its grapple then? Yes, okay. And it will just start bolting to the undergrowth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gabrielle.
I can still see it.
It is in dim light. Make me a perception roll. 20. It's probably a disadvantage because it's not actively taking it. Okay, yeah. You see it. You can still see it.
Okay. Like a bonus action, I'm gonna Slayer's Prayer,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna line up a shot.
A mental note of where this thing is. 21 is a hit. Yep. Or 10.
10 plus 15.
This thing like almost gets out of your vision for a moment, and you can see again just that shimmer. Oh, but you see like the shimmer of this kind of like the white from the campfire. Although it's only dim light out that far, just kind of reflecting off it, and you just take one little crossbow shot, and you just hear a thud as this thing hits the ground out of the trees somewhere.
Nice.
Okay. What else are you doing? To your knowledge, all of the immediate threats have been dealt with.
Okay.
I will say.
Is that part of my perception, I guess?
Yeah,
Or-
it's a good perception roll. Yeah.
Okay. Just figure out. Oh, feline agility does not use an action or bonus action.
Nope.
It's just. That's cool. That's handy. That's handy to know. Otherwise, I've got. And what is it? I can't use it until.
You stop.
Your next turn, you can't
Oh,
move.
right. So
Yeah.
it's, okay. I'm just gonna feline agility then.
Yep.
And I'm gonna run over to. Is she still enlarged?
Yes, I believe so.
That would have been a large thud. Yeah, I'll run over and attempt to help stabilize them.
All right. Yeah, you see, you hear the thud of Swift going down and this thing bolting. You shoot your bolt off at this thing bolting, and hear a thud in the trees, and then you're just sprinting over to help your companion. Medicine check, I guess. Yep. You try to stabilize. A 10 is a success, right? I think it's 10 and above is.
Yep.
Is that right? I'm pretty sure that is. I don't have a 10. That sounds right. Awesome. You're able to like quickly just cover up the slash wounds, and from the last bite that kind of got into her throat wasn't like rip her up, but there's definitely bite marks on there, and you quickly get your hands on it, start ripping off some cloth and kind of bandage it up a bit so there's no immediate bleeding. We can drop out a turn order now. Awesome. Okay, sweet. You have a collapsed Swift on the ground. What are you guys up to?
I'm gonna come over and I will I'll cast mold earth just to create
Very
a no, just to create a bit of a wall around her.
She's dead, guys. Don't worry.
She didn't care about the hunter. We don't care about her.
No, I want to basically just build a small perimeter around her, just in case, I don't know if these things might be stalking us, or might still be in the bushes or whatever. I want to create a little bit of a
Little fort. Little mud fort. And go.
Yeah, I'm thinking of kind of like 2 feet, 3 feet high or something, just like a mud, like a dirt surround that we can protect.
Sure.
Healing. Have we got any healing?
Could I do, obviously, seeing that I'm a scribe who's like studied nature for years and years, can I check to see if there are any bushes or that have like antiseptic or antibacterial things? I'm thinking of just making a paste, kind of like Lord of the Rings, Iphilus,
If you're looking at mechanically, I will say mechanically, Swift is stabilized, so she's not dying.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you want to heal her with nothing other than random things out there, I will let you attempt that, but it is going to be a very high check. It's going to be probably
that's
like
what
a
I'm meaning, isn't it?
DC. Like you want to get healing for free? That's a DC. I would say 18. DC 18 survival. I'd probably say, or nature. I'll be happy with either.
Let me take my luck with the hitting a nat 20 on my.
Yep. You're welcome to go for your roll.
Oh no, they stabilize me, so I'm not death saves, you know.
Sweet.
You,
I got
you can do one, Pete. It's all happening at the same time.
I only got a 16, so I failed to find anything that can bring any healing.
It's all helpful. It's just not like active fucking healing.
No,
Yeah.
fair enough.
18. It's pretty good anyway. All right.
Nice. Yep.
Atlas, you got any healing over there?
I don't really have any healing. I've just been trying to look at it.
I should have grabbed some potions in town.
Yeah.
If you guys were to walk close to Swift right now, you'd probably just hear us snoring.
I mean, yeah, I've got blankets, I've got a water skin, I've got food. I mean, I feel like the only thing that's really going to recover is for her to have a bit of a long chill.
I agree.
But unfortunately, at the same time, I'm going to look at this puma thing in front of me and ascertain why the hell is this thing gone rabid, if I can.
Aegean's going to be very profusely sorry to you. Atlas is going to be kind of bowing down and explaining, very, very, very sorry. I was trying to save you there, but I did not mean to hurt you the way I did. I'll be much more careful next time.
So Atlas is going to turn to the trunk and basically relocate his shoulder, as he had a puma fly into it just before. So he's crunchy. It's okay. It's all good. Christ, that hurt.
I'll have broken concentration now, so Swift will be normal size.
I will deactivate the blue lightsaber. Both my hands are free, and I'm just going to go over to this puma and just sort of, obviously doing a puma check, looking around to make sure there are no fucking other pumas coming at me. Go down and inspect this creature that has attacked us, if I can, Wade.
Okay. Okay, so while they're all crowded around Swift, you're just checking out pumas, or is this after they've kind of dealt with that, or?
Well, I mean, during.
Should we move Swift back to the fire and move it back?
I mean, you've made a mud mound around her, so.
Yeah, no, that was more so just instantly, just in case we got attacked again. But if it's been kind of 10-15 minutes, then I think we should probably move.
I'd drag her to like somewhere warmer and
Cool.
Yeah, agreed.
to a bed maybe.
Over the fire somewhere.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Investigating pumas. So roll me. You're going to be leading this one. You can roll investigation, or animal handling, I guess. Okay, sorry. I'm going to give you one of three, and you can kind of choose depending on what you're kind of trying to discern from this. Animal handling, which will be more so in terms of like its behavior, if you want to go with that. Arcane, if you want to try to figure out maybe something about like how this thing doesn't sort of seem like a normal beast kind of thing in the ways that kind of, although you fought them mostly in bright light, the ones that were kind of heading off into the dark seem to almost disappear as they kind of walked out there. Or what's the last one I said? Survival? Nature? Was it? Oh, investigation. Or investigation if you just want to, I don't know, have a general kind of glimpse, and I'm about to feed you some info. It depends on what you're kind of going about it. And I will allow. Sorry, it's going to be high DC, but I will allow both Gabriel and Aegon, if they're assisting with this at all, you can add whatever your proficiency bonus is to what he's doing.
I'll probably go for the red herring. I'll probably go for the Arcana check, just to figure out what's making these things a little bit more magical than a regular beast.
Cool.
If I can.
So just whatever you two have for your Arcana, we'll add that to that. It's going to be...
I'm not proficient with Arcana.
That's fine. We'll...
A little bit shit.
Proficient.
Oh, not the roll, but your plus 6 anyway. That's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, 15, and then what was yours, David?
Mine's actually a -1 on intel.
Okay, so we'll go with 15. I will say, although you can't necessarily, although Gabriel can't specifically say why these things the codes like act how they do, he does have, like, in terms of like the specifics of how it works, he is able to be like, hey, Displacer Beasts have like these codes which kind of, you know, make them appear as though they're not here. These, what you're able to discern basically is that it is just the way they refract light, their hide. There's not actually anything specifically magical about it. It's just the way that all the hairs and like the particular color just seems to soak in light, and that's why they seem to disappear when they move into anything which isn't bright light, more or less.
I'm going to cut off a bit of skin with some fur.
You're just going to dig in there.
Yeah, basically just cut off like a couple of inch square. Of,
Question:
fur.
Is there any like valuable parts off these sort of beasts? Like
from discerning that, you can probably assume that their hide is quite good. Is potentially worth something.
We should skin these.
Well, we do need
could prove to turn some coin at the next market.
Aegean's going to realise that he's just cut like a 4-inch by 4-inch section right off the back flap, which is like the best part of the skin. And he's going to look around and be all like, I suppose they could make these into booties.
We have 2 more beasts that we haven't touched.
Gabriel, are any of these creatures would you ascertain as being the alpha?
These are too small.
So there could potentially be a bigger, scarier creature out there.
Potentially.
I will say their hides, for the most part, are pretty like beaten up and fucked up. The only one which probably isn't is, I'm trying to remember if Swift's one took a crossbow bolt, so it has like 1 puncture in it. Outside of that, it's just like beaten. But the rest of them have been like fucking almost, like one of them's almost blasted apart. The other one obviously has been cut into a little bit, and it's had a fucking sword going through it and such as well. So yeah, like you could probably grab a couple of scraps maybe if you weren't able to do a good cut on the main one. But there is one potential hide which you could go for. Again, I'll probably get whoever's doing it to roll a survival. Just to see, yeah.
Come on, baby, give me a good roll.
You kind of yeah.
I was just going to say, I'm not interested in the skins, but I would like to at least take the scent gland off one of them.
Okay, yeah.
Just
don't know what
down the course of the game, if I need to spray some scary Displacer Beast equivalent on a wall to scare away other things, then who knows?
Taking the scent gland.
Yeah. I'm just going to write that as a custom item because I don't think in D&D Beyond there is something called a
no, I really doubt it. I'm trying to think of what a fucking scent gland is on a cat-like creature.
I suppose it's almost like a potion of repellent to...
I don't mean mechanically. I mean on an actual fucking creature.
It's basically like it's like the anal glands.
Yeah, it's like the gland that they piss out of or something.
All right, so you guys turn around, and you see a guy just poking around the bum of one of these creatures.
Yeah, it's gonna carve out its ass and just pull that out.
All right.
I just squeeze it. It's like a worm.
I will say with that roll, you're not able to get a clean cut. Like you're pretty experienced at it, but it's kind of like it's not something you've worked with before. So you're able to cut it off, and you end up with like some okay hides. There's a couple of cuts and you have to kind of trim off a bit in pieces. They're kind of in pieces at the moment, but you've got a couple of these. You can add them as a custom item. It's just Night Beast hide.
Is that for David?
Yeah, I'll leave it for David at the moment, just so one of you keep me track of it. Cool. Are you guys feeling safe here? What's the plan?
How did you say? Sorry, just one.
Just save it as a single item and just say Night Beast hide, and we'll deal with it later. Yeah.
I'm going to cast Unseen Servant again.
Mm-hmm.
Basically to continue to just walk, creating noise around the edge of the campsite, like back and forth the same way as he did before. And I'm gonna after I've recorded all that I wanted to about the beast, I'm gonna just sit down next to Swift and kind of just stroke her hair and make sure she's doing all right, and kind of wait to see if she wakes up or anything like that.
Cool. Almost wrapping up. Atlas, Gabriel, what are you doing?
I'll play Guardian again. I'll position myself about here on this log, just keeping an eye out, sort of this vicinity,
Gabriel?
and just staying on guard.
I'll take the shift after Atlas. I'll just tell him to wake me when he's getting sleepy.
I think I mentioned it earlier, but like for short rest, we're just going to do it very brief, like 10, 20 minutes kind of thing.
Oh,
like that.
okay.
So
That's
you
all
guys,
I need for spell slots.
Oh, actually, I'm not injured or anything, so I could actually maybe stay awake. Atlas looks a bit
Well,
injured.
did you guys-
I'll probably tell him to rest.
Seeing that you guys are hunters, did you want to try track that thing down, or like I'm happy to stay here with Swift just to make sure that she's all right. But up to you guys if we want to go out in the morning and track it through the morning.
I feel like if there's
probably best to track them during the morning.
Yeah, if there's an alpha, I don't want to take it, just the two of us.
Yeah, fair point.
I mean, we could probably find it, but then when we come back and tell you where it is, it's probably moved after that. So
I'm gonna shove this deer further into the brush that's away from us as well.
kind of push over this way.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are able, obviously, other than Gabriel, I believe you guys can use a short rest if you like.
alright, sweet. I'll roll a hit die.
Gabriel, roll me a perception in the meantime.
I need one. Nice.
17.
Obviously not following the tracks yet, but you can kind of see, given the fact that you've spotted one over this way, you can kind of gather that they came from this type of direction. You do hear, again, it's quite a bit louder than what Atlas said the other night. You do hear the sounds of just more of these kind of like, cat yowls and kind of thing like that. Off to the east, it probably only sounds maybe an hour from you, hour and a half, if that. Can't really tell which direction they're moving in or if they're moving at all, but you can kind of hear them and occasionally birds and stuff shooting off into the canopy.
Oh yeah, so they're just on the prowl at the moment.
Yeah, that's probably a way to put it.
Yeah, short rest was only 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're doing like 10, 15 minutes kind of thing.
How are you doing, Swift? Are you still?
The rest is only 10 minutes. I'd still be unconscious.
Did we want to rest until Swift basically wakes up?
How long does someone need to become unconscious?
Could take
8
it could
hours.
take half an hour. It could take.
It's 1d4 hours to regain 1 HP.
Oh, okay.
When you stabilize, though, you're already stabilized.
Yeah, but you stabilize at 0 HP, right?
Okay.
Or I don't know.
I might come to regret this, but for the sake of this, you can use your hit dice once you're down. If you like. Otherwise, you guys can stick around for 1d4 hours. You're more than welcome to.
As in, I can use it for the short rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what time is it? It's nighttime, right?
I think I said we were about like
Late
6 o'clock-ish when you guys got here, right? And this is, it's only been... Oh, no, I said you sat around for a couple hours. So it'd be about 8 o'clock-ish, yeah. Waiting for these things to roll up. And the fight itself only took a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Obviously, tending to wounds and such like that. Over 10 minutes, probably 8:30, 8:30-ish.
I mean, realistically, we're planning on doing this during the morning. We could have a long rest if we wanted one.
You could try a long rest, yeah.
It makes more sense to have a long rest.
I will alternate with Gabriel to keep a very vigil watch and let Swift have a good long rest so she doesn't have to do anything. Like, she can recover.
No, we're having a long rest now.
Yeah, well, it makes more sense.
How-
So I don't know.
how about-
unless
I mean, I'm more than capable of just short resting and then getting up.
We will say, in your short rest, you guys can decide if you want to take a long rest after, but the short rest, you guys are kind of sitting around and conversing and stuff, and obviously Swift is healing up and able to get herself back on her feet, at least. If you guys want to try to take the short rest out and the thing, then you're more than welcome to.
I suppose the decision that we
sorry.
need to make is whether or not we're going to advance through the night and try to take these things at night, or if we're going to go in the morning. So, after we make that call, like, as
How
if
about
that,
we have this conversation after I've woken up? That way I can have some input.
well, that's what I
We
was
can
thinking.
probably assume that Swift is up at this stage.
In
Yeah.
which case I'll be like, why wait? Why bother waiting till morning? Like these things hunt at night, right? Wouldn't it be
Yeah,
better for us to go?
They're also harder to see at night.
I can't see in the dark.
We only saw them because we had the campfire.
Like you only saw them because you had that campfire. I don't have any issues seeing at night.
I do think that.
Do none of you see at night? Is that normal?
Well,
I can see at night as well, but they still blend into the
Swift,
into the night.
I think based on what happened, if our hunter,
And what about their voice? What if that person comes for us?
I believe that person is amongst us. If you
Swift,
want
that
to
was
ask
Atlas.
myself,
He was
Gotta
trying to
instantly
explain.
pull us fist up like, where?
Sus.
I have a feeling you have never been telepathically communicated with before. I say in your head. I say in your head while I look at you.
Alright, she's gonna get very agitated very quickly and start looking around for something to attack.
And Aegean puts his hand on his shoulder. Swift, come now. These men, it's
Brr.
Atlas. He can speak directly to your minds. He tried to explain that during the fight, but you were too busy smashing that that poor creature while you were in name lock. So you don't need to worry. The next time he speaks to your mind, it's only Atlas giving directions on how to fight.
Don't do that. She's gonna look at you. Don't. No.
Very well. I will not tell you of anything that I see or anything creeping up behind you. That's totally fine, and I respect that.
I mean, it sounds like there's nothing creeping up behind me, and you just made me think there was. Right?
No, I simply said that there were more than one in the forests. Very well.
Anyway,
I will not talk into your mind, I promise this. I swear on my heart, my soul, and my loyalty. You shall not hear me in your mind.
I do recommend that out of all of us, the hunter is the one that has got the most experience. Gabriel, it's your call. If you do not want to hunt during the night, then we should not hunt. But
I'm just weary of the warning of Ish, and from our recent scuffle, they do seem to blend into the night. It could be a disadvantage to us. We need an advantage.
Alright.
Because if that was just 3 of them, what if there's 5 or 8 or even a dozen?
We didn't struggle with that at all.
Swift, you
Yes.
almost died, my friend.
No, I just fell asleep. I get tired sometimes, and I was like bigger than normal, so my legs took more energy to move, and it was very tiring.
I
Fair
feel
enough.
like daylight would suit us better against this foe.
Okay, so let's all bunk down. Let's take shifts, making sure that they don't come back, and let's head out first light. That way I can prepare some other spells for us going into this next, into the next day.
Is this the plan? Is
Wanna-
this what you guys are doing?
I wanna, if we're gonna do that, I wanna set up like a rope that kind of wraps around the brush line, kind of like around here, kind of like a tripwire,
Okay.
Okay.
and try and find pieces of like branches that will like rustle and make the most noise. Kind of set up like an alarm, almost.
Did you want? Should I continue to make noise in the bushes?
No, we don't need noise. We need to know if they're coming for us, so the alarm will warn us ahead of time.
Okay, cool. I am going to. I don't know how to delete. I'm gonna have deleted my silencer. I've gone back to writing in my book.
Is that settled? Anybody else want to say
You're
anything?
setting up an alarm. I'm just going to pull myself away over here and chill out.
Tell me when you guys get to go.
I'm good to go now.
Yep.
If there's anything.
Campfire's still up and roaring.
I'll bolster it a bit with loose bits of wood and.
Okay. All right.
Wait, if we're planning to rest for the night, should we get rid of this meat that you guys use to attract these things?
I think they put it in the woods, didn't they?
Did they?
Over here.
It's like 10 feet away from you guys, but yeah.
Oh, maybe we should bury it.
It'd take too long. No point.
Kick dirt over it or something.
Okay.
What I'll do is I will cast mold earth, just basically turning a huge portion of the earth into kind of quicksand, and the meat will just fall down into the earth, and then I'll basically cast mold earth again to basically firm it back up.
That's handy.
Mm. Okie dokie. So, long rest.
No, do not click long rest.